Droids are a fundamental part of the Star Wars galaxy. They can be reliable, loyal, and brave, but also dark, cowardly, and terrifying depending on their master. Today, we're going to look into all droids, both Legends and canon, and deciding which will make our top 10 list. So sit back, relax, and have an oil bath. Welcome to Star Wars Timelines. The first droid on our list is R5-D4. R5-D4, nicknamed Red, was a red and white striped R5 astromech droid owned by a group of Jawas on Tatooine in the early days of the Galactic Civil War. Shortly before the Battle of Yavin, the Jawas attempted to sell him to Owen Lars, but the droid purposely malfunctioned his motivator so that Lars could purchase R2-D2 in R5-D4's place. The droid survived an Imperial attack on the Sandcrawler and soon after went to join the Rebel Alliance. However, in Legends, R5 has a much different story. R5 started off in a bar serving drinks. One day, Obi-Wan enters the cantina, sensing the Force in someone in there, but he was unable to detect who it was. Little did he know that it was actually a small droid serving drinks. Eventually, R5 started working at Jabba's palace. At one point, while serving drinks, he was bumped into by Boba Fett, spilling one of the drinks from his tray. But before it could hit the ground, the droid named R5-D4 was able to reach out with his mind and turn the drink back in its upright position, showing that he had the Force. At one point, R5 uses the Force to remove his restraining bolt, and used the Force as well to persuade one of the guards to allow him to leave. R5 wandered the desert for days in search of his destiny, until finally he was picked up by a Jawa Sandcrawler. There, he met two droids, R2-D2 and C-3PO. Eventually, the Sandcrawler stopped, took all the droids out, and lined them up side by side in front of Owen, Lars, and Luke Skywalker. R5 immediately sensed the Force in Luke, and persuaded Owen to choose him. However, soon after, R5 envisioned that without Luke, stormtroopers would come and take R2 back to Vader, where he would be destroyed and Leia would be killed, leading to a chain reaction of horror that will include the rebellion being destroyed. R5, to stop this, set off a mild explosion inside himself, leading Luke to believe that he had a busted motivator. He then told 3PO to tell Luke to buy R2 instead. Owen did so, leaving R5 behind. The next droid on our list is R4-P17. She was the astromech droid attached to Obi-Wan. In Legends, R4 was involved in an incident while trying to repair a trash compactor and was crushed. Anakin found R4's wreck and rebuilt her. Anakin then gifted her to Obi-Wan, and prior to the Clone Wars, she helped Jedi Master Obi-Wan to follow Jango Fett's Slave One from Kamino to Geonosis. She also aided Obi-Wan several times in the Clone Wars, including in the Battle of Teth. However, R4-P17 later suffered extreme damage to her dome, being pulled apart by a buzz droid attack in the Battle of Coruscant while aboard Kenobi's ship. The remains of the droid were lost for good when the rear half of the invisible hand was severed while Skywalker and Kenobi tried to land the damaged flagship. She was missed by Obi-Wan and was described as a competent unit. I personally think she is underrated and was the best droid a Jedi could ask for. Rest in peace, R4. The next droid on our list is T701. He was a T7 series astromech droid active during the Cold War and the Great Galactic War between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. Alongside his friend, a Jedi Knight, and the Jedi's apprentice Kira Carson, T7 played a pivotal role in halting the plot of the Sith Lord Darth Angral to assault the Republic using stolen superweapons. And after the Knight received the title of Hero of Tython, droid continued to travel the galaxy with his partners. T7's service with the Hero of Tython eventually culminated in a plan to capture the Sith Emperor himself, and the droid accompanied the Hero of Tython during an assault on the Sith capital of Dromund Kaas. The two managed to gain entry of the Emperor's throne and defeated the Emperor in a fierce confrontation. Afterwards, T7 and the rest of the Hero of Tython's entourage were awarded the Cross of Glory for their pivotal role in ending the threat of the Sith Empire and Vitiates. Moving away from astromech droids now, I don't think this list could be complete without BD-1. The BD unit, designated BD-1, was an exploration droid. The masculine program droid accompanied Jedi Master Eno Cordova on the Jedi's journey to explore the history of the Zepho. Cordova later realized that they were in danger, and programmed BD-1's memory to be blocked, only revealed by someone the droid trusts. He remained on Bugano until Padawan Cal Kestis one of the survivors of Order 66, arrived on the planet in order to find a holocron key. BD-1 and Kestis quickly grew attached to one another and remained together as a team, even aiding each other in the fight against Darth Vader. They eventually recovered the hologram together, but decided to destroy it in order to keep the children on that list safe from the Empire. Next we have K2SO. K2 was a KX series security droid originally created for the use in the Galactic Empire's armed forces. At some point, the droid encountered Captain Cassian Andor, a member of the Resistance movement known as the Rebel Alliance that sought to overthrow the Empire and restore democracy to the galaxy. Andor was able to reprogram K2SO to serve the Alliance. In 0BBY, K2SO participated in the Battle of Scarif, where he sacrificed himself so that Andor and Jyn Erso could steal the plan to the Empire's moon-sized battle station, the Death Star, capable of destroying entire planets. Without K2SO's sacrifice, Andor and Jyn would have never gotten that message to the rebels, making K2SO a good place on our list. The seventh droid on our list is Dio. Dio was a droid discovered by BB-8 on the Bestoon Legacy that was once owned by Ochi, an assassin loyal to the Sith. The droid was created by a droidsmith, who was killed by Ochi. Dio was treated poorly by Ochi and was affected by this in his behaviour. Nevertheless, he grew attached to his new friends in the Resistance, and especially to BB-8, who, he often played with a little bit, run around in circles, play their little droid games. It's cute. It's cute. He's a cute little guy. Speaking of, our list would not be complete without BB-8. BB-8 was a BB series astromech droid who operated approximately 30 years after the Battle of Endor. The droid belonged to Resistance pilot Poe Dameron, who he accompanied during his flights on his T-7 X-Wing starfighter. He fought in the Resistance to restore the Republic against the First Order, aiding in critical missions and even fighting in the Battle of Exegol. He became very attached to C-3PO, Rey, Chewie, Finn, D-O, and of course, Poe. He had a special place in the Resistance and was invaluable to the Resistance. Now for our final two droids. I think you can probably guess who they are. Because, let's face it, this list wouldn't be complete without C-3PO and R2-D2. Starting with R2, beginning his service in the employ of Queen Amidala of Naboo, the droid would wind up serving Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker during the waning years of the Clone Wars. After his master turned to the dark side of the Force, he would eventually serve Bail Organa for a time in the Imperial Senate. He would come to aid Luke Skywalker, playing a pivotal I don't know why I can't say that word. I'm sorry. Pivotal. Playing an important role in helping the Alliance destroy the Empire. To destroy the Empire's Death Star. Just got me off my words now. He would stay at Luke's side during the battles of Hoth and Endor. He stayed with Luke as he attempted to resurrect the Jedi Order. However, after Ben Solo destroyed the temple and Luke went into exile, R2 set himself in low power mode. He was reactivated years later and aided the Resistance in finding Luke Skywalker, and then years after. Quick note, if you do enjoy these kinds of videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me continue to make videos like these. Thank you also everyone so far. We're nearly at 800 subscribers. If you do have any videos you'd like to see next, please comment them down below. Now, on to the next one. Our final droid is C-3PO. C-3PO was rebuilt from spare parts by Anakin Skywalker, a human slave who lived in Mos Espa, a city on the outer-rimmed world of Tatooine. Shortly after the Clone Wars, C-3PO's memory was erased, though R2-D2's was not. C-3PO and R2-D2 were assigned to the Alderaan cruiser Tantive 4, where they served Bail Organa for 19 years. Like R2, he became enrolled in the war between the Rebellion and the Empire, as well as following the war after between the Resistance and the First Order. Without him and R2, the galaxy would not have survived the Empire. They both played important roles throughout their time in the galaxy. These are my top 10 droids. Comment below if you have a different list. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you. Pivotal. They both played pivotal. I don't know why I can't. Pivotal. Pivotal. It's pivotal. They both played pivotal. Whatever.